You do everything the fitness industry tells you to do. You wake up at 5 a.m., you are drinking your pre-workout, and you are grinding through intense, 2-hour lifting sessions 6 days a week, pushing yourself to the absolute limit. Welcome to Dr. Levitas. But instead of getting bigger, stronger, and leaner, you feel you are shrinking. Your arms look flat, your legs feel weak, and your belly fat refuses to budge. You are starting to believe that your genetics are just cursed. Take a deep breath and give yourself some grace right now. You are not cursed, and you are certainly not lacking discipline. The problem is not your work ethic, the problem is your biochemistry. You are trapped in a silent, invisible state of self-destruction. Your body is not building your biceps, it is literally breaking them down to survive. Today, we are going to expose the dark side of hustle culture. We are going to dive into the biochemistry of stress and explain exactly why pushing harder is often the very thing destroying your gains. We are talking about cortisol catabolism, and what happens when stress eats your quads. Please take a second to like the video and leave a comment. Your engagement is a huge help to the channel. To understand why your body is cannibalizing its own hard-earned muscle, we have to travel back in time to the biological programming of your ancient brain. Your central nervous system has not evolved to understand modern life. It does not know what a mortgage is, it does not understand a bad email from your boss, and it certainly does not understand why you are intentionally lifting heavy pieces of metal until you collapse. To your primitive brain, there is only one reason you would be severely sleep-deprived, highly anxious, and physically exhausted: you are starving, and a predator is actively hunting you. When your brain perceives this threat, it hits the biological panic button and releases a massive surge of cortisol from your adrenal glands. Now, in a true life-or-death emergency, cortisol is a miracle hormone. It saves your life. But when it remains chronically elevated day after day because of overtraining and lifestyle stress, it becomes highly destructive. Chronic cortisol tricks your master control center into believing that you are in a permanent state of famine. Because your brain thinks you are starving, it decides it needs immediate, highly accessible energy to keep your vital organs running. It needs sugar in the blood, right now. But if you are on a strict diet or your glycogen tanks are empty from overtraining, where does it get that sugar? It gets it from your muscle tissue. Cortisol triggers a devastating metabolic process called gluconeogenesis. Gluco meaning sugar, neo meaning new, and genesis meaning creation. Cortisol acts like a biochemical wrecking ball. It travels to your skeletal muscle, specifically your biceps, triceps, and quads, and it commands the tissue to break itself apart. It violently cleaves the proteins in your muscles back into individual amino acids. These amino acids are then dumped into your bloodstream, shuttled directly to your liver, and chemically converted into glucose to spike your blood sugar. You got that correctly. When your cortisol is chronically high, your body literally digests your own muscle tissue, turns it into sugar, and uses it for energy. You are spending hours in the gym trying to build a bicep, and your stress hormones are immediately turning that bicep into blood sugar to survive the workout. This is the definition of a catabolic state. You might be wondering, if the body is breaking down tissue, why does it seem to specifically target the muscles in your arms and legs first, while leaving the fat around your waist completely untouched? This is one of the most brilliant and frustrating survival mechanisms woven into human physiology. When the body enters a chronic stress and starvation mode, it prioritizes the core. Your heart, your lungs, and your digestive organs are essential for keeping you alive. Your biceps and your quadriceps? To a starving brain, those are just heavy, metabolically expensive luxury items. Because your limbs are furthest away from your vital organs, the body treats them as the most expendable source of raw materials. Cortisol receptors are highly concentrated in the fast-twitch muscle fibers of your appendages. So, when the alarm sounds, the body aggressively harvests the amino acids from your arms and legs first. Simultaneously, the high blood sugar created by this process triggers an insulin release, which forcefully stores any excess energy directly around your midsection to protect your organs. This is why chronically stressed, overtrained individuals often develop a very specific physical appearance: thin, flat arms and legs, paired with stubborn, inflamed visceral belly fat. But the destruction of your existing muscle is only half the tragedy. Cortisol doesn't just tear down the house, it actively fires the construction crew that is supposed to rebuild it. I am talking about the profound, suppressive effect cortisol has on your body's ultimate muscle-building hormone, T. Whether you are a man or a woman, you desperately need optimal T levels to repair tissue, build strength, and maintain a robust metabolism. But T and cortisol are essentially on a biological seesaw. When one goes up, the other is forced down. This happens for two distinct reasons. First, both cortisol and T are manufactured from the exact same raw material, a precursor hormone called pregnenolone. When you are under chronic stress, your body orchestrates something called the pregnenolone steal. It hoards all the available pregnenolone and aggressively funnels it into making more cortisol to keep you alive, leaving absolutely zero raw materials left over to manufacture testosterone. Second, cortisol physically travels to the testicular level in men, and the ovarian level in women, and actively blocks the Leydig cells from producing T. It acts as a localized biochemical blockade. Your brain is saying, "We are in the middle of a famine and running from a tiger. This is not the time to be building muscle or reproducing. Shut the factories down." You cannot build an impressive, resilient physique when your anabolic hormones have been completely paralyzed by stress. This understanding of endocrinology forces us to completely re-evaluate the more is better mentality of the modern gym culture. Many people believe that if a 45-minute workout is good, a 2-hour workout must be spectacular. This is a massive physiological miscalculation. When you begin a heavy resistance training session, your body releases a beautiful, natural pulse of T and growth hormone to support the effort. However, clinical exercise physiology has repeatedly demonstrated a sharp hormonal crossing point. Right around the 45 to 60-minute mark of intense, heavy lifting, your central nervous system begins to fatigue. The physical trauma to your muscle fibers accumulates, and your blood sugar begins to drop. To sustain the effort past this 1-hour mark, your body has no choice but to rely on cortisol. By the time you hit hour 2 of your marathon workout, your T has plummeted back to baseline, and your cortisol levels are skyrocketing off the charts. You have officially transitioned from an anabolic, muscle-building state into a hyper-catabolic, muscle-destroying state. The last 45 minutes of that massive workout didn't just fail to build muscle. It actively triggered gluconeogenesis. You are literally burning up the muscle you just spent the first hour trying to build. Training hard is a stimulus, training too long is a biological trauma. So, how do we fix this? How do we protect our hard-earned muscle from our own stress hormones? Alongside optimizing your sleep and capping your intense workouts at roughly an hour, we can leverage the profound, science-backed power of adaptogenic herbs. And the undisputed king of cortisol management is ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is an ancient Ayurvedic herb that has caught the intense attention of modern clinical researchers. It is called an adaptogen because it literally helps your body adapt to, and resist, the damaging effects of physiological stress. A landmark 2012 double-blind, placebo-controlled study published in the Indian Journal of Psychological Medicine, and beautifully corroborated by more recent 2019 clinical trials, looked at individuals suffering from chronic stress. When researchers supplemented these individuals with a highly concentrated, full-spectrum ashwagandha root extract, the results were staggering. The participants experienced a massive reduction in their serum cortisol levels, often dropping by 27% or more. But it doesn't stop there. Because ashwagandha acts as a biochemical shield, blunting the cortisol response, it actively stops the pregnenolone steal. By lowering the cortisol, the body is finally permitted to resume its natural anabolic functions. Multiple studies on resistance-trained individuals have shown that supplementing with ashwagandha not only dramatically reduces muscle damage and fatigue, but it significantly increases natural T production and overall muscle hypertrophy. It is not a magic compound. It simply removes the biochemical brake pedal that your stress has been pressing down on, allowing your body to finally grow. Finally, we need to address the most misunderstood, underrated, and powerful muscle recovery exercise on the planet. I am not talking about fancy ice baths, percussion massage guns, or expensive supplements. I am talking about walking in nature. When you are trapped in a cycle of overtraining and chronic stress, your autonomic nervous system is locked in the sympathetic state. This is the fight or flight mode. It is a state of high tension, high heart rate, and high cortisol. To build muscle, you must force your body back into the parasympathetic state, the rest, digest, and repair mode. You have to convince your brain that the tiger is gone. Research in environmental psychology has proven that the simple, mechanical act of walking at a leisurely pace through a natural environment creates a profound neurological shift. As you walk, your eyes scan the trees, the horizon, and the natural fractal patterns of nature. This lateral eye movement, combined with the low-intensity, rhythmic motion of your legs, sends a powerful, primitive signal of safety to the amygdala, the fear center of your brain. Your heart rate variability improves, your blood pressure drops, and your cortisol production is actively shut down. Walking in nature is not cardio. It is a localized, central nervous system reset. It flushes the metabolic waste out of your legs without demanding excessive energy, while simultaneously creating the exact, calm, low-stress biochemical environment your muscles require to synthesize new protein. It is the ultimate, natural antidote to the cortisol catabolism. Here is the doctor's verdict: shield your muscle growth. You cannot punish your body into submission. Your muscle tissue is a biological privilege, and your body will only grant you that privilege if it feels safe, nourished, and deeply recovered. By understanding the destructive nature of cortisol, keeping your workouts intensely focused and under an hour, utilizing adaptogens like ashwagandha to shield your hormones, and embracing the profound recovery power of nature, you can finally turn off the starvation alarm. You can stop breaking yourself down and start building the powerful, resilient physique you have worked so hard for. Stay patient, train smart, and I will see you in the next video. Watch this video suggestion, it was especially picked for you. Also share, comment, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. It helps a ton with the algorithm. Remain tuned for future videos to empower your health and fitness journey. So, stay healthy, stay happy, and keep going.